Hi there, it's Bruce Wallace from Dundee and Victoria Chess Club in Bonnie, Scotland, and this position occurred in the Oban Chess Congress major tournament for players under 1600, and Michael Boyd Jr., whose grading is 1422, is white, and he had just scored 4 out of 4 out of 5 rounds in the major tournament, and he needed a half point for a draw, playing George Morrison, who was 1525, who was on 3.5, and fairly sharp game with Michael opening with the birds system at f4, finally reaching this position. And let's look at the game because it's an interesting finish. After bishop b2 by white, black played rook f to e8. Now this removes a piece from the defence of the king, and you will notice that if there was a knight on g5, the knight would be threatening mate on f7, a smothered mate, and all of white's pieces are now aggressively placed to come into the attack on the black king. Should the pawns advance and open up the position, both bishops, knight, queen and rooks can also enter into the attack. So in this position, knight g5 really would give white a massive advantage. So let's look at that. Knight g5, the only choice here for black is to take, because everything else leads to a loss of material and serious damage. So bishop has to take, and one line would go f takes, and then still big advantage to white here. If knight d4, bishop takes d4, pawn takes, and then a sacrifice. Bishop takes h7, king has to take, queen h5 check, and knight h6 is forced. G takes, knight g takes, and then rook f6, and black is going to be mated here. Huge advantage, mate in 7 or mate in 5, depending on what black plays. So knight g5 is a crushing move. However, after rook f to e8, white didn't play the very strong move knight g5. He played knight h4. Now black doesn't have to really worry about this because it doesn't threaten anything dangerous here, and he plays f5. Alternatively, bishop takes h4. The best move is queen h5 when knight h6 is more or less forced, and then queen takes bishop, and knight d4. Slight advantage to white, but nothing that black can't deal with. However, after knight h4, black played f5, then e takes, bishop takes f6, and now a blunder from white with bishop takes h7, which leads to a massive advantage for black. Let's go back. Bishop takes f6. Best move here is queen h5 with a massive advantage. So white has already missed one tremendous move, which is knight g5, but queen h5 is a killer because it's threatening mate on h7, and it's also threatening mate with knight g6 mate. So black has to respond. If it's knight h6, for example, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes knight, knight d4, queen takes f6 check, and black is down a piece and a pawn and will lose. So again, another missed win there, I think, for white. And instead, white plays the move bishop takes h7, and this is just a blunder. Black replies with bishop takes b2, and then white plays bishop g6, and then black took the rook. And there were other alternatives there. For example, rook f8 was perfectly playable. However, after bishop g6, bishop takes a1, then white took the rook, bishop takes e8, then bishop d4 check, king h1, and now knight f6, which is a good defensive move. It covers the squares g4 and h5, stopping the queen coming in. The queen can, of course, win this pawn, but then rook would take bishop, winning another piece, so that isn't playable in this position. After knight f6, white played knight g6 check, and here black has to be careful. He has to play king h7, and then there's no good continuation for white. Knight f8 check, king g8, and then black has two pieces that he can capture, two pieces en prise for white. So bishop takes c6, and then king takes knight, and black is so far ahead here, should win the game. However, after knight g6 check, black plays the move king g8. Now this actually leads to a forced mate with queen takes e6, which is what white played, check, king h7, and now the continuation should be a simple mate with queen h3 check, king g8, and queen h8 mate. So white had a mate there. So after queen takes e6 check, king h7, unfortunately white missed this simple mate and played rook f3. Now here, the best move for black to stop any threats is rook takes e8, and it's relatively level actually, because now knight f8 check, rook takes f8, rook h3 check, king g6, and rook g3 check, and it's a draw by repetition, king g6, and so on. Oops, sorry. And it's a draw by repetition. However, after rook f3 and knight g8, white played knight f8 check, and black played king h8, and then rook h3, knight h6, and knight g6 check, king h7, knight f8 check, king h8, knight g6, and white offered a draw, and black accepted and got the half point and won the tournament, and so I suppose he's perfectly happy with that. However, if you go back a couple of moves, after the knight f8 check on move 29, white had the move bishop f7. So we go back to king h8, bishop f7, and now this is the mating attack. The queen either takes the bishop or it's mate. So for example, let's look at another move, rook d6, and then you have knight g6 check, king h7, and it's bishop g8 mate. So let's go back to king h8, this position, after bishop f7. What else do we have? What about queen d6? And now the move knight g6, king h7. The bishop mate doesn't work because the rook can take. However, you have the move queen f5, threatening a double discovered check on the king, leading to mate, and the queen is forced to give itself up for the knight to avoid the mate. Any other move here? What can we look at? Let's just move the bishop back here, and the move is then knight f8 check, king is forced to go to h8, and it's mate. So white missed a mating combination there, but some really bad blunders by black, and indeed a blunder by white. A crushing position. At a higher level, white wouldn't have got away with this attack, and black would have won. However, big congratulations to Michael Boyd. He is a pretty sharp player with a ferocious attacking attitude, and I'm sure we'll see more of him in the future. Hope you enjoyed that game, and see you soon.